I want you to picture what a breakup looks like, especially for the person that got dumped. You can imagine how their life is. Everything is going well until that one point, that one text, that one line said, and their life goes to shit. They cry for like 3 or 4 weeks, depressed in their room, smelly room. They stop going to the gym. They do the bad habits. They indulge in video games, scrolling on social media. They cheat on their diet. They stop seeing friends. All the bad habits, all the normal stuff. You can imagine how it's like. You can imagine how their life is, their day to day life is, and how for a month they're depressed, how they feel bad about themselves, how they regret, how they cry over their ex, how they want them back, everything, all those emotions. Maybe you've experienced this. Maybe it's already happened to you, and you know how it feels to get dumped. You know how it feels. You know how bad life gets, how depressing, how stormy life gets after a breakup. And when I imagine a depressed person after the breakup, I imagine myself on 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. I was with this girl for a month and she dumped me. In September 2021, she dumped me. Like over 2 years ago, she dumped me. And that was the worst period of my life. I was depressed. I genuinely cried for 1 week straight. Every single day. Every single thought that I would get, maybe of her, maybe of random things. I would get sad, cry, like tear up a little, and just feel down, feel beaten up. I could not do anything. I could not get out of bed. I could not brush my teeth. I didn't want to be outside, but I had to because I was going to school. I couldn't socialize properly because every time I opened my mouth, I would just start crying, start tearing up. It was hard to do anything. And that period went for a week, like the crying period. And after that, for like a month and a half, I was depressed, I was down, I was not enjoying life. And I felt really bad about myself. And I did something really wrong back then. After that happened, I just isolated myself because I was in a weird place, right? So I was in the relationship with that girl. And while I was in that relationship, I just cut every single friend off. I was spending time only with her. And that was a bad thing. And during the relationship, I made friends with her friends. I became kind of friends with her friends. And after the breakup happened, her friends wanted to be friends with her, not with me, of course. And I had no friends of mine. The friends that I had from her just left and spent time with her. So I was left alone. I had no girl because obviously breakup, and I was left alone. That's the worst thing that you can do after a breakup, especially after a romantic breakup. After you spend time with a person that you love, that you are intimate with. If you broke up with that person, or if that person broke up with you, the worst thing that you can do is to not see friends, to be alone. I wasn't doing any good habits that breakup. During the relationship, I wasn't doing any. And of course, after the relationship, I had no good habits to do. And I was doing the bad habits more often. I was indulging. And of course, I wasn't seeing anybody. I was in my room all day, crying. While going to school, I was just in my own little world, messaging people on Discord. I just didn't socialize. And I stayed in my little bubble. And I compared that breakup with a breakup that I had a few months ago. I was with this girl for a year, bro. I've been with this girl in a relationship for 1 year, one full year, and I broke up with her. And I kid you not, that breakup was 100 times easier than the first ever breakup. And that first relationship was 1 month old. The second one was 1 year old. And I just got over her in a few days. In this recent breakup, I saw the boys the next day. I broke up with her, and the second day, I met with the boys. I spent time with the boys. They helped me not think of her. And that helped me dramatically. It's insane how much they helped me get over her. I doubled down on doing the good habits after the breakup. I got over her in a few days compared to 1.5 months the first breakup. It's a day night difference. I have to tell you, all breakups are hard. Not necessarily romantically. All breakups are hard. At work, friendship breakups, romantic breakups, they are hard. It doesn't matter for how long you've been together. It doesn't matter for how well you know each other, how good you are together. Breakups are gonna be hard. And what you can do is either feel a lot of pain, like I did in the first relationship, in the first breakup, or feel little to like really small pain. Just a small amount of pain. But I'm telling you, there will be pain. It's inevitable that there will be pain. But you can choose to do as I did, the first relationship, and make your life go down and go to your lowest point ever. Or do as I did in a second relationship and get over her in a few days. Actually boost your life and get better because of that breakup. I want you to succeed. I want you to not feel hurt, to not feel bad. And if you have to feel bad after a breakup, if you have to do that, I want you to feel the least amount of pain possible. I want you to get better. Of course, I want that. You're my homie. Of course, I want the best for you. And this is exactly what I did to get over her almost instantly. The first rule that I got was that no contact. After the breakup, no contact. No messages, no calling, no looking up their social media account. The night you break up, what you do is you block them on everything. Phone number, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Even email if you have their email. Block them on everything. Do not message them. Do not beg them to come back. Do not beg, especially. Do not do any of that. Remove them from your life. If you have photos with them, just delete most of them that night, the night that you broke up. But don't delete every single one of them because that's what I did the first relationship. And now I regret it because I don't have any photos with her. But just remove most of them, 99% of them. Just save one or two photos. Maybe 10, maybe 15. You choose a number and save that amount of photos out of hundreds that you have with them. Just save some photos, then delete the other. Do not have hundreds of photos with them on your gallery to look at after the breakup. You're no longer with them. You don't need those memories. You don't need those photos. Just keep some of them. Of course, don't delete every single one of them. But don't have your full gallery is filled with photos with them. Don't do that. And no contact. If you broke up, don't end up friends. Don't end up being besties. Don't talk with them. Because if they broke up with you, you will still like them. You'll still love that person. It will be easier to move on if you do that, especially if you really like them. And I want you to keep this in mind every single time that you either break up with someone or someone dumps you or someone breaks up with you. There is a reason that you broke up. It's not like one day they woke up in a bad mood and say, oh, let's break up. No, there are millions of reasons why they wanted to break up. Hundreds of them. And they all compounded and they stacked upon each other. And one day that was enough and they wanted to break up or you wanted to break up. So no contact. Don't talk with them. Keep in mind that there's a reason you broke up. If they dump you, respect that. Try to think why, but don't beg or whatever. And just keep that in mind. And of course, if it's 20 years later, if you've been together and after 20 years you reunite to each other and you've all changed and everything, of course, just see how they've changed and if you like them there. But people are not going to change in 1 month. People are not going to change in a few days. Of course, if it's decades, yeah, of course, just shoot your shot, just see how they've been, but not in 1 month, 2 months, maybe a year. Don't do that. If you get dumped, don't tell her to be friends. I know you have that in the back of your mind. Like, yeah, she told me to break up, but I will tell her to be friends so that in the future I will have another chance with her. It doesn't work like that, bro. If she cares about you, she might say, yeah, let's be friends, but she will not want to get back with you. There's a reason you broke up. Remember that. There's that reason. And it's gonna be 100 times harder for you to be friends with her, see her move on, see her be with other guys, and you will still want to be with her. You will still like her. It will be really, really hard for you. And there's a really nice quote I've heard online. I don't remember where it's from, but it goes like this: if you can be friends with a past lover, you're either still in love or you were never in love. If you can be friends immediately after a breakup, there's either something between you or there's never been something between you. And it sucks to find out if it's one or the other. If you're still in love, it sucks because there's all those problems, there's all those reasons you broke up. And it hurts really bad if you find out you were never in love or she never loved you. It's better to not know. It's better to find out 100 years later, but not after the breakup. And if you are the one that broke up, if you are the one that told her, okay, this is not working anymore, let's break up. If you keep contact with her, if you don't cut out all contact, she will come back. She will come back, promising you all those things, telling you she changed. She will become the woman you want her to become. She will say all those things just to get back with you. If you wanted to break up, there's a reason you wanted that. And she maybe didn't want to do that. And she will come back, tell you all those things, make promises she will not be able to keep. And if you get back with her, if you do actually get back together, in 1 week you will get back to arguing. In 1 week, 2 weeks, the reason you broke up, you will just get back again. Of course, everything will be well. She will behave good in a week, in 2 weeks. But after she gets comfortable, she realizes, oh, now you're mine. She will become like she used to be. She will be the same person as before. So trust me, it's not worth it. Just keep in mind that you broke up for a reason. Maybe you don't know the reason. Maybe you can't pinpoint it. But there's the reason. There is a reason. Especially if you wanted to break up. People will say anything to change your mind. Especially when they want something out of you. They will promise you things that they can't give you. Trust me. So cut all contact. Everything. Block her on everything. There's no reason to get back together. The second thing I followed is that don't cut down friends. Keep talking with your friends. If you have really good friends, spend time with them because you will need that time. You're now hurt. You've spent the past year with the same person and you will not anymore. And your friends will help you with that drastically. And I couldn't do this the first breakup because, of course, her friends wanted to be her friends, not mine anymore. So that I was left alone. Don't do this mistake. If you get with a girl, don't cut off all your friends, thinking, oh, I'll make better friends. No, bro. Keep your friends during the relationship. Keep the bonds. You will need it after you break up with her. After you broke up with someone, there will be like a gap inside of you. And your friends will be there to help you to fill up that gap again. They will help you feel better about yourself. They will help you get your mind off her. And they are really powerful for that. Have good friends that you can speak to. That you can tell, okay, bro, I'm going through a hard time. Please don't mention her. Please help me get my mind off her. And they will help you do that. They will help you improve yourself. That's exactly what I did the second breakup. The second day after the breakup, I just met with them and I told them, okay, bro, I am feeling really bad. Help me get my mind off her. Let's not mention her. Let's not talk about her. I just want to have fun. And that's what I did. And I didn't think of her that day. And that helped me get over her almost instantly. Day and night difference compared to the first breakup. The first breakup, I was left alone for like 2 months. And the second breakup, the second day, I met the boys and I had fun. The third thing that you should do is to double down on doing the good habits. If you've been in a past relationship before, you know how much time and attention girls take away from you. You know how much time you have to give her, how much attention you have to give her. And you may not realize it while you're in the relationship, but you will feel it after you break up, when you're left alone and not have her to spend your time with. I kid you not, after the second breakup, after the second relationship, I realized that I was spending more than 5 hours a day thinking about her, messaging her, being with her. After the breakup, I had like 30 hours a week free just to do whatever I wanted, just because I wasn't in that relationship with her. I used that free time to better myself. In the first relationship, the free time that I got, I used it on instant gratification activities. I was indulging, watching YouTube videos, playing video games, watching Netflix. I wasn't improving my life. But the second breakup, what I did was that I used that free time to improve my life. I used that to get better, not indulge and say, oh, it's whatever. I got better. I used that free time to get better. Imagine if I used all those 30 hours a week in doing instant gratification activities, in making my life go worse. I wouldn't have been to this point. I would have been at a much worse point. What I did was that I put all those 3 hours into improving my business, improving myself, going to the gym more, being more focused, doing the good habits more, and that improved my life. But if you don't have an activity to do after a breakup, find one. Either go to a new hobby, learn a new skill, and the best one that you can do is to go and fight. If you go and fight after a breakup, you will see that you will feel a lot more better. You will use that aggression that you have inside of you into learning how to fight, into punching. You will just get it out of your body instead of it being there and damaging you. You will learn how to fight, you will make friends, you will be social, and that goes well with spending time with the people that you care about after a breakup. There's no negatives to that. So find a hobby if you don't have a hobby already. I recommend either business, doing a hobby about business, improving like your money and everything, or going to fighting, learning how to fight. Either one of these will be perfect, especially after a breakup. It will fill your time, it will fill your time in ways you can't even imagine. You will not even have time to think of her, trust me. You don't have to do any of this. You don't have to do this. But if you do, if you keep these things in mind, you will see that after you get dumped, you will get over her almost immediately. You will better your life, you will become better, and you will make her want to get back to you. And then you will have the upper hand and you will reject her. If you aren't going through a breakup right now, maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but if you're not, I highly recommend putting this video to watch later so you will get back to it once you get through a breakup. Because trust me, I wish I had a video like this after the first breakup. I wish I knew what to do. I wish I knew how to not feel that depressed. So if you're not in a relationship right now, put this video to watch later and watch it once you get out of a relationship. It will help you a ton, trust me. If you enjoyed the video, scroll down and click on the subscribe button, bro. It will help both of us, especially you. Go and watch this video right now, bro. See you later. Mwah.